accumulated some rust. Partner, you know this realm ain't big enough for the both of us. That tumbleweed sparkles as it rolls. Like the dice round here, partner, you know how it goes.
Hey, how about a high five? Hey, how about a high five? Hey, how about a high five? Hey, how about a high five?
The Badlands. Legend has it that beneath the dust, something old and powerful still whispers to any gunslinger foolish enough to listen. One day, aboard a doomed train into the wastes, 3 unlucky travelers hear that call. A runaway socialite, a shape-shifting bounty hunter, and a retired thief turned family man. Will our outcasts find what they're looking for?
I mean, we're already here. Let's have a little fun.
You really went in there, guns blazing.
I thought that was the plan.
My potions are miraculous.
I thought we were being quiet. Oh, Stump only has 1 volume. Sorry.
Wild roses grow out of his mouth, having filled his lungs.
What's happening out there?
Violence!
Find out on Mage Hand High Five.
Poppy Brocco is missing. We rejoin our symphonic sherlocks after a new client, Izzy, brought them to Brocco Tower, where they found their first clue, an appointment with an enigmatic entity, Nyx.
Okay, I got a name.
Oh?
And I don't know what to do with it. But if you want to follow me to Conclusion Island, I have some thoughts.
Yeah, okay.
Yesterday, she had a meeting in the books with someone called Nyx. Or maybe an organization, but based on what we know, could be a code name. Could be someone's name. Either way, there's a lot less detail around it than anything else. My guess is that it's someone at the zoo.
Oh, I hate the zoo. No, calm down, Izzy, calm down.
So, wait, can I ask a clarifying question? Zoo as a whole, or maybe the underbelly of the zoo? Both?
Yes,
okay.
I hate injustice.
Yeah. I'll be moved by that a little bit.
All right, so this Nyx, this is either a person or a place or a thing, but we can find it and then we can question it and then I can punch it in the face.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if maybe the meeting is where things went south, especially the zoo's a good place to disappear people. Or if they went missing before that, then we have information. Figuring out who or where or what this is. Getting there and figuring out what they know seems like the strongest hint we have.
So Mara has a item, the little black book item. Could she ruffle through and see if Nyx or anything like adjacent is in that?
Yeah, you flip through your little black book. There is no Nyx.
No Nyx. Okay, got it.
Sorry, the higher-ups at the zoo all had masks that represented the animals, right?
So they all had masks.
Okay.
I think Anubis's was more of like a Daft Punk
Okay, great.
style.
As long as they don't all have animal masks, that would ruin my whole theory.
Yeah.
And I'm going for confirmation bias right now.
Would this be like a library train? Look up, find who?
I wonder if Henry knows.
Oh.
He had a weird reaction to dinner.
And I think we're going to flash back to dinner there. We find Aubrey walking up to her father's home. She's bringing something to sort of socially armor herself in the situation to have brought something to have helped for this family dinner.
It's a pasta salad.
And she walks up to this house that she has been in hundreds and hundreds of times, the house where she grew up. Do you want to describe the house or do you want me to describe the house?
We can take turns. You start with it.
We see a 2-story home with a modest garden out front. You see a lot of vegetables growing in a garden that is fenced in with some chicken wire. You see a chicken coop on one side of the house, and you see a few hens sort of running around inside the run that surrounds the coop. There is a beautiful old cherry tree that grows behind the house, so tall and its branches spreads that even as you're at the sidewalk looking at the house, you can still see the branches spreading behind this house.
I can see the branch that's broken off now, the sort of splintered wood of the branch where the tire swing used to hang. Probably shouldn't have been swinging on it those last few years before it gave out. but still miss it. How do the chickens look?
Chickens look healthy.
Good for them.
They're happy. They're running around inside of their run. Your dad has made some upgrades to the run. Presumably that means a predator got into the last one, but now they're a bit more secure.
I go over to the coop and check in with the chickens. Hey, you've been here longer than me. Any tips?
They kind of make some avian head moves, looking at you, expecting maybe you would have brought them a little treat.
Oh, I have. There's some extra little seeds that I was going to put on the pasta salad, but on the side, because Joyce doesn't really like all of the crunchies that get stuck in her teeth. And so I scatter a few of those for them.
You don't really get a lot of insight from these birds.
Someday this will be the key to everything. But no, I get it. You're telling me to look within myself, that I need to do this alone. I get it. I get what you're playing at. It's wise, but it's unhelpful. I go over and ring the door. I've dressed up a little bit, too. I'm wearing a button-up shirt with long sleeves that I've sort of pushed up to the elbows instead of one with short sleeves that I can't reflexively push up to the elbows because there's no sleeves there. And nicer slacks. I'm not wearing my work boots. I still do have my bag with a lot of my day-to-day stuff. It's a little bit more worn, but I'm trying.
The door opens, and you can see Joyce standing there. She is a taller woman, brown hair that's more gray than brown now, lighter skin, fairly thin, floral top, and comfortable-looking jeans. She smiles when she makes eye contact with Aubrey, a slow-spreading smile that conveys a genuine gladness to see you.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
Oh my goodness, dear. Welcome. Please come in.
Does she go for a hug?
She doesn't initiate a hug.
Okay, great. I'll just match her. The garden is looking great. The house is looking great. I brought some pasta salad.
Oh, that's so thoughtful. Thank you. Greg, Henry, Aubrey's here. And you hear some movement from the rest of the house. So as you walk into this home, there's a hallway that goes straight forward. You know that there's a dining room off to your left. There's a library off to your right. The couch that's in the library has some bedding on it, right? A pillow and some blankets. The bedrooms are upstairs, but you can see that someone is choosing to sleep downstairs. Or maybe needing to sleep downstairs. Yeah.
Stairs are hard.
Your dad comes around the corner using a cane, but walking. Looks at Aubrey, holds his arm open for a hug.
Yeah, I'll meet him at a side hug, however is easiest for him right now. Really big, genuine hug. Hey!
Hey, kid. Glad you could make it.
I'm glad I could too. Really thanks to Henry for the invite, and to you for, letting me stop by short notice.
It's a family dinner. You're always welcome. And the family gathers around the table. Joyce has made a lasagna.
Oh, no. I accidentally competed on the pasta front. I did a side that's too similar to the main. That's on me. No, I don't say this out loud, but Aubrey's in shambles.
No one else comments on it whatsoever. Everyone eats some of the pasta salad alongside the lasagna, which is delicious. There's a green salad as well. And as they're dishing out food, your dad, Greg, is going to ask, so what's new, kid? Glad you're here. What's been keeping you so busy?
Aubrey blanks for a moment because this is the sort of question that is always asked with only kindness and hope. She has never been able to give an answer to this question that does not make her father's face fall, because how do you talk about what's going on in your life to someone for whom the details of your life are frightening and scary and cause for doubt and cause for divorce? Things are all right. Work has been good, or busy, at least. I went to... this is great. I went to Asteroid City recently for the first time with Mara.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And Henry chimes in, what was that like? I've been wanting to go, but...
Yeah, it was a pretty quick stop, but we saw a lot of sights. We ate a lot of ice cream. We went to a casino. I rode a mechanical bull. I got second on the leaderboard.
For the mechanical bull?
For the mechanical bull.
Huh. Well, I mean, they say every day there is a weekend and every weekend there is a party, so...
Yeah.
Well, maybe tell me where that bull is. Maybe I can compete with you, I guess.
Yeah, right on. You would probably do real well. Yeah, how's things been over here?
Well, the garden and the girls keep us busy, and the girls, of course, being the chickens outside.
Oh, yeah.
Work has been a bit of a struggle. You know, it's just a busy season.
Yeah, isn't it the busiest season?
Yeah. It's been, and he'll just kind of point at the cane, which is hanging over the back of his chair, hooked there. It's been hard to get to job sites, right? So I can't make sure my subcontractors are building things the way they ought to.
If there's anything I can do to help, I really would like to.
Well, that's kind, but, you know, the doctors don't really know what's going on, and it's okay, right?
Yeah.
It's basically fine. It's just a little harder to get around.
Okay. I did actually get you another thing.
Oh?
And I reach into my bag and I pull out some like cheap grocery store tea, but it's a specific brand that my mom, Rita, got the family onto, and that they would make whenever Aubrey was feeling bad. And so it's called Seasons Wellness or something, but we call it Get Better Tea. And it's something that Aubrey and her parents would do just whenever someone was feeling sick or under the weather or needed a little boost. And Aubrey labored a long time over whether it was a good thing to bring, because Greg doesn't like to be reminded of Mom. But ultimately, it was the only way she knew how to say get better. So she pulls it out.
You can see on his face that he's touched, and then he kind of makes eye contact with Joyce, and she just looks a little bit quizzical, and he smiles at her, and he clears the sort of strong emotion from his face and returns to his stoic, slightly happy normal. It's like, thanks, kid. That's real kind of you. I can't say that I'm mad about it, but I was surprised to get your letter for Henry. Anything in particular prompt you to reach out this time? Because if there's something we can do to get you to more of these dinners, I'd love to do it.
A lot's been coming up at work around the zoo, and I heard he was working there, and it just made me think of him and all of you and how you're doing, and at some point I think it would be cool to talk more about it if both of us for work are going to be at the zoo a lot.
And Greg kind of looks back and forth between you and Henry. Oh, is the zoo hiring you to do some landscaping work?
No, I don't like the zoo, but I am contracted in a way that is going to bring me there a lot for the side job, not landscaping.
And you just see puzzlement on his face. Okay.
I did some work for an employee there, and it raised some flags about stuff. You know, we investigate, and
you investigated the zoo?
Yeah.
Were they smuggling pandas, or?
No.
Well, that's good. Aubrey, it's so good to have you here. I would love to be a part of your life, and you're not letting me.
So take time to grieve, or take time to try to believe. 'Cause either way, I feel cursed. There's nothing I could say to you.
want to be in your life. I want to have you running around in the yard like you did when you were young, chasing the chickens, watching the birds. I don't think that would be too hard. I could build a coop for anything. I can make space for you. And if you're worried that your truth is going to harm me, don't worry. I wanna hear about your life and know that what I hear is true. So there's nothing you could say to me, nothing honest that would push me away. Oh, there's nothing you could say to me, nothing that's gonna scare me away.
The books of mine you tried to hide, 'cause you were scared of what I said was inside. How it reminded me of memories stretching more years than you've been alive. And the way that I asked you for help when high school was ripping me apart. The way you didn't know, the way my descriptions of what I knew just broke your heart. There's nothing I can say unless there is. Fill the gap between us. There's nothing I can say unless there is. To build what's between us. There's nothing I can say, but maybe there is something I could do.
Just be honest. If it's
Just promise
painful,
that if what I say turns out to be true. Okay, don't panic. I haven't timed it exactly. But don't call anyone or freak out. Probably 15 minutes, maybe 20. If you want proof.
proof of all of your journal stuff.
Yeah, the journal stuff, Dad. It always comes back to that.
It does when you bring it back to that. Yeah.
Well, it was all true. And I know that you had no reason to believe me. And then at that point, I lost reasons to believe me. But it's all true, and if you want to know how my life's going, it's back like that. There's magical things all the time, and it's ridiculous and wild and dangerous. And I don't know how to talk about my life and invite you into it without you not looking at me the way you're looking at me when I say that. So I'm gonna make it easy for you. I have proof now. I didn't then, but I do now. Again, 15 to 20 minutes, don't freak out. I reach into my bag. I pull out a vial. I drink it. And I turn into a blob. And I don't really have a good sensory understanding of what happens around me while I'm a blob. So I just kind of wait.
You turn into a blob while sitting on this ladder-backed chair.
Yep.
And feel the component gloop of your body dripping down and onto the floor, though some of it stayed up on the platform of the chair, so you feel yourself in two places at once.
Whoa.
Aware of both of those. You continue to perceive the situation around you, and with people in the scene, it's easier for you to keep track of time. Mm-hmm. Joyce faints.
Oh, poor Joyce.
Greg, your dad's face goes from compassionate and understanding to thoughtfully processing. He stands leaning on the table and moves over to where you are and says, I'm gonna poke at you, and if that's okay. And you don't really have a way to respond.
Nope.
So he pokes at Blobbery and rubs just a little bit of goop between his fingers, tries to wipe it off on the chair next to the rest of the goop.
I'm going to recover with a bizarre haircut. That's okay.
And he just looks thoughtful. Henry, meanwhile, looked initially shocked, gets up to get some washcloths and put some water on it, and puts it on Joyce's forehead as she's slumped in this chair. You see the shock passes very quickly. Maybe this doesn't surprise him on the bone deep level that it seems to surprise Greg. You hear them talking back and forth, but you hear it in sort of a peanutsy wah 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 wah
Yeah.
because you don't have all of the mechanisms for converting sound.
No, my inner ear is blobbering now.
It's an interesting sensation. You can feel the pressure waves of the sound across the entire membrane of your surface. And after some time, you would guess 5 minutes,
Oh.
you recohere, lying on the floor as the gloop that was up on the chair moves back to the center of mass.
It's more of an art than a science. I didn't know how long it would be. Hi.
Hi. Are you okay?
Yeah, Joyce, are you okay?
She's unconscious still.
No, she's still unconscious. Never mind. Is Joyce okay?
Henry is like, by this point,
He's got
later
lifeguard
down
training.
on the floor.
He's qualified.
Yeah, she'll be okay. That was dramatic, says Greg.
Every other description or explanation I could think of either left a lot of plausible deniability or put you all in incredible immediate danger. And both of those seemed cruel.
Danger?
Yes.
He looks concerned at you.
Like I said, I reconnected with Mara a little while ago and got looped into some private investigation, and a lot of it has to do with magical phenomena, like the stuff that happened to me. And until then, I kind of thought that maybe I'd imagined it, but I hadn't. I really hadn't, and now I get to help people who have been through stuff like that, who have no one else to believe them. And I'm so grateful that I get to do that. But yeah, of course it's dangerous sometimes. Because it's all real. That is all real.
He is going to labor to stand, and he's going to...
I go to try to help him.
And he puts some of his weight onto your arm as you help him to stand up. He puts his other hand on your shoulder, and he looks into your eyes and he says, "And now you have someone who believes you. And if you need to talk to someone, you can come here, okay? And I don't know, maybe I'll send Joyce over to the pub, but..."
Why did you need proof? Why didn't you just believe me?
Kids have really active imaginations, and you were already having a hard fall. Middle school's hard on pretty much every kid. I'm sorry I didn't believe you.
It's not really your fault, but I think I did need to hear that.
Do you want to play Scrabble? Only English words, no fairy words.
How did you know I was gonna ask that?
I read your journals. Hey, you're a good kid. Well, no, you're not. I know.
Not a kid.
You'll always be my kid. And you can't stop me calling you that, so don't try. Unless it really bothers you, and then let me know. But you're really older than me, huh?
Yes. Although time passes in winks, right? And 40 winks is a sort of unit, sort of like a century, but I think shorter.
And the camera's going to fly out the window.
I know we kind of unpacked a lot of that, Aubrey, but if you need to talk about it more at any time, just open invite.
Thank you.
Yeah, but we also don't have time right now.
Yes,
so
sorry, Izzy. Yep.
but not to diminish your feelings, but a missing person is here.
Yeah. Yeah. 6.
Slow
right?
steps, but he's someone we could talk to.
Okay.
Professor DeNova might know, but I don't know what her relationship to the zoo is. I just think she knows things.
Yeah.
And she's been researching the verdant cycle, which we know is there.
True. And if we're thinking about the zoo, Mara kind of looked queasy. Of course, I've got people high up and, Yep.
So to the zoo?
You're at Brocco Tower. If you wanted to check out her office,
Yeah, let's do that.
you're already here.
Yeah. Okay, well, we've got some ideas for next steps.
Yeah, I might make a call, and I'll take a sort of community pulse, I guess, on whether we want to contact Henry or DeNova, just to set up an appointment so that we could meet up after scouting the office.
Did you get a sense, Aubrey, that Henry knew both sides of the zoo?
He wasn't that surprised by what happened.
And do you think bringing this up would affect the progress that you've made in your relationship with him?
I think if he knows what's going on and he's unwilling to talk about it, then maybe that tells me more about what kind of relationship we have going forward.
Sure. Okay. Well, you can always call them both.
Yeah.
Yeah, less talking, more doing.
Okay. In that vein, then, Izzy, could you show me to Poppy's office?
Absolutely. Izzy presses the button on the elevator opens, they get in, Izzy just punches one of the buttons to get to the floor. The elevator starts, but then it definitely kind of goes kokong and stops for a second while they're in the elevator. And Izzy goes, not again. Gives it another good punch, and then the elevator keeps going.
So her office is in the floor directly below the 4-story greenhouse at the very top. It's over on a corner of the building that has a fantastic view of the water. The cloud level is high enough that you're still below the clouds, but not by much. The cloud is a ceiling that's maybe 100 feet above you instead of where it normally is, much higher above you. I would love each of you to add a detail about something that is in this executive's space.
I see Poppy's long table or long desk that kind of curves with the room. It's a beautiful wood detailing with lots of carves and just spirals. Very beautiful, very intentional. Like this was a commissioned piece. And there's lots of trinkets on the table. Globes, different plants, maybe some pictures. There is a picture of Poppy and the security team. Izzy is right in front next to Poppy. And this beautiful chair that is for the desk that kind of goes up and out and also is very kind of picturesque, was commissioned to be made for Poppy.
There are a number on the desk and shelves of perpetual motion machines that are made out of found and recycled objects that seem like they shouldn't work because they're not made out of standardized, perfectly calibrated materials. They're made of, old, like ping pong balls that seem to have been filled with something, or dented, compressed cans that have been pressurized into strange little shapes and folded up. And they sort of bing bong to and fro, creating a little series of overlapping metronomes in the space.
Yeah, like the dipping bird. They all operate on some principle that you don't understand that sort of makes them not violate the laws of physics. Dipping bird, I think, operates on evaporative pressure, I think. That's been a minute. Unless, are these real perpetual motion machines? Is this some magic business going on?
I was just thinking of the sort of desk toy ones, like the balls that swing back and forth.
The Newton's cradle.
Yeah. Who knows if these are true perpetual motion machines or if they're playful versions, but they're still running since she left.
Yeah. I'm just saying, Poppy's a woman of science, so.
If anyone's cracked it, it's her.
I think also like grass turf rugs are usually so tacky, but she's managed to there's a really nice green reminiscent of grass rug that is like
just be grass.
Maybe, and honestly it might be, and Mara might at first be like, oh, that's so tasteful. And then at first be like, oh, and like it's grass growing in her office. And I think it's lovely and not gross, and it's not wet, icky foxglove spring grass where it's like kind of 30% mud.
No, this is like golf green manicured.
Yes.
If Aubrey didn't have to worry about her apartment deposit, she would be all over that.
Yeah. It's not turf, it's lovely.
Yeah. As you look around this office, you can see, in addition to the sort of beautiful desk space and space for meetings with visitors, there is a bit of a workbench set up as well that has a fume hood. And as you go over and look at that space, you can see that she has sort of wired together using a breadboard with some electronic components and wires running out of that. Something that is set up. Would love to get some rolls from you all to try and understand what this is.
Cool.
This could just be an intellect. I'm trying to think of what else would be sort of science. It's pure electronics. There is a computer skill, although that's just intellect. We probably don't actually use that in our game because, I mean, computers exist, but barely. So yeah, I'd take an intellect check. I like giving 2. You know, intellect or cunning?
I've got just straight up 2 for both of those.
Yep, same.
Same, sis.
Wow.
All right.
We do a 3-way handshake.
Mind meld.
The 3 of you putting your heads together, this is going to roll against 3 purple. Oof. But do it in sequence so that any advantages that accrue on early rolls can sort of represent the collaboration of you all working together.
All right.
And potentially build up some blue dice.
I don't get to add any dice, but I can do this twice as quickly as a regular person. So I look cool while I fail to find out anything about this object.
Let's find out.
That is an exact wash.
Exact wash.
Yep.
Oof. All right. Hand the dice over. Sarah, you want to go next?
Sure. My first roll.
Hey.
That doesn't look great.
That's just so many failures and one threat, which I think represents Izzy reaching out and touching one of the wires and getting like shocked a little bit. Mm-hmm. And the wire that she touched just like melts somewhere in the middle and dangles and hangs limp and loose. So whatever this was needs a new wire before it's going to work again.
Hey, there's no power anymore.
Let's get a roll from Mara.
Miss Girl.
If you want, I can spend a guitar pick to give you a little upgrade.
Oh, I forgot to roll the story dice as well. So let's roll those.
If you would like to, more than willing.
So that is going to be 3 that start in my pool and 1 that starts in yours.
Okay. I don't know if I want to spend that unless we want to. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Famous last words.
Do it. Do it.
Please. Not at all good.
Just
there is an advantage, though.
A failure and an advantage.
Cool.
That's okay. This is not your strong suit.
No.
The advantage, I'll say, you sort of think to pull out the camera that you often bring with you on these cases and snap a picture of this so that you can ask somebody else.
Cool.
Polaroid style, so you don't need to worry about going to get it developed.
Awesome.
But that sort of thing just comes in handy sometimes.
Totally.
You can ask an expert later if you find someone appropriate.
Yeah. I think also Mara's kind of taken a look around too and has noticed the picture on Poppy's desk and maybe looks to Izzy. So you seem pretty close with her.
Yeah. I mean, this was my first job after the war. And I really got to know Poppy. Poppy just was really kind and smart and funny and asked me about myself and made me feel like I could be me.
Yeah. How long have you been working for her?
Oh wow. Probably maybe 6 years now.
Cool.
Yeah. It's been a long time, but
yeah. I haven't gotten to talk with her a lot just to really get a sense of the type of person she is, but she seems pretty cool from what you've said.
Yeah. Izzy goes and sits at a stool that seems familiar to her and takes a deep breath. You can see that the reality of the situation is starting to hit.
We'll find her.
Yeah, we'll find her.
Aubrey, anything stand out to you here at all?
Go ahead and give me a perception check to search through the office, and we'll just call this difficulty 2.
Yeah, there we go.
That's 2 successes. And the disadvantages and advantages wash.
Okay. As you're looking around the office, there's a pile of papers that is on the desk that seems a little bit more messily arrayed than anything else. Like everything else is in precise order. The pile of papers, you start to flip through it and you see a sketched outline that makes you think of the breadboard and wires and now melted wires. The physical outline that is drawn on here reminds you of the contraption that is on the workbench. The rest of it is sort of hard to understand. It is an electronics schematic, and I don't think that Aubrey necessarily knows how to read one of those.
Nope.
But amid all the boxes and arrows and parallel lines that are drawn close to each other, you see one word that is circled, and that is stabilization.
Is that what they were touting with the big orb? Was stabilization part of that?
No,
Or
the big orb was essentially an object d'art that demonstrated a mastery over nature by being able to do this unusual thing of containing wild growth in something that was human managed.
Yeah. I'm being distracted by the orb because it upsets me, but I will focus on stabilization.
Hey, if we gotta go beat it up, I'm in.
Beat up an orb?
Maybe.
Yeah, I can take it down.
If the journey takes us there, that's an orb that I would feel conflicted, but I think ultimately okay about punching.
Okay, you just let me know. Let me know. I'm ready to fight.
Stabilization. So implying
It could have to do with portals or travel. It could have to do with...
I could use some stabilization.
Yeah.
Feeling grass beneath my shoes, growing where it does not usually grow. And like this grass, I feel kind of out of place. In all things science, there's confusion on my face. A little bit out of place.
In every investigation, you hit a hump, find a conclusion to which you jump.
Jump, jump.
In every investigation, you hit a snag. When you think you've got this in the bag, it throws you for a loop.
Throws you for a loop.
A loop-de-loop-de-loop. It throws you for a loop.
Throws you for a loop.
A loop-de-loop-de-loop. Throws you for a loop.
Throws you for a loop.
A loop-de-loop-de-loop. 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 Loop-de-loop-de-loop.
It all seems so familiar, but different at the same time. I don't know where my team went. Am I losing my mind? I don't know what to do. I don't know how to feel. It all seems so strange when Poppy's not here. I'm feeling really lost at every cost. My brain is in that loop-de-loop. Throws me for a loop.
A loop-de-loop-de-loop. It throws you for a loop.
Throws me for a loop.
A loop-de-loop-de-loop. Throws you for a loop.
Throws me for a loop.
A loop-de-loop-de-loop. A loop-de-loop-de-loop. 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 And sometimes when your life has stuff going on and you have to crack the case, it's hard to not distract yourself and keep up the pace. 'Cause then there's this magic zoo and I want it to be about that. But am I projecting? 'Cause I want that magic green hat. Life throws you for a loop. A loop-de-loop-de-loop. Throws you for a loop.
Throws me for a loop.
A loop-de-loop-de-loop. Throws you for a loop. A throws you for a loop.
Yeah! That was a great song.
Loop-de-loop-de-loop. I love that.
Aubrey, did you want to make some calls?
I think so. It's a Saturday, so I'm trying to think of where people would be.
Who are you trying to reach?
I think I'm going to reach out to Henry first because if he happens to have the information we need, I would also maybe need to ask him to the zoo, or should I ask the Nova first? I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think Henry's given you his phone number.
Yeah, I guess not.
because y'all aren't on great terms yet. He agreed that he would meet with you.
Okay, I'll
after you
talk to
went family
DeNova,
dinner.
and then I'll ambush him at his place of work, asking him to break me in. I think this is a really good foundation for a step-sibling relationship. Mm-hmm. I'll call DeNova's office.
All right. DeNova.
Hello, this is not Poppy Brocco. It's Aubrey Stump.
Miss Stump. What a pleasure to hear from you.
Hi. It's nice to hear from you too. I was reaching out maybe with a few questions related to some of the work that I know that each of us has been independently contracted to do, if it's something you don't mind discussing.
Perhaps work you do not wish to discuss on the phone?
If you don't, then I don't think I should.
I think in these matters, prudence is always called for. The coffee shop?
Sure. This is the coffee shop by the university, right?
By the university that you and Tavo met with DeNova before.
Great.
So you drive across town and up near Ponderosa the pond, to a fairly shabby, cozy coffee shop with lots of overstuffed couches and chairs and things for you to sink into.
I imagine it being stairs down from sidewalk level. I don't know if that is something I imagined or something we said, but sort of like those college pubs too. Mm-hmm. There's a little bit of light coming through some windows, but only the very top of the wall.
And by the time the three of you arrive there, Professor DeNova is sitting in one corner where there's a group of several armchairs sort of around a little coffee table, and she is drinking from a tall cup of coffee.
And we can give Izzy the lowdown as we head over, which is that she is working on some projects that, if your case is connected to what I think it might be connected to, she would have the information we need. And I think that the dots on your sensor are from her lab.
Oh. Yeah, let's go get her. Let's ask questions. Let's talk about it.
Well, with her, I think it won't be an aggressive approach. She's a very put-together person.
She's not our enemy.
No.
I don't know that we fully trust her, but she hasn't given us a reason to distrust her yet.
This was me in my kind voice. What are you talking about?
Okay, my bad. Then proceed as you will.
No, I hear you though. Sometimes
Okay.
I can come off a little strong, but I can pull it back.
Cool.
Out of curiosity, what is Izzy's coffee order?
Izzy gets the biggest size mocha.
Nice.
Sometimes cold. Always in a plastic cup, because if it's a glass one,
You're right.
chaos can ensue.
Well, I think Mara will gladly buy everybody's coffees.
Yes.
And encourage Izzy, no, get the bigger size. She's should I? No. 24 ounce.
Yeah, I like
Let's
it when
go.
it's as big as my face.
Yeah. Perfect.
DeNova is a taller woman, black hair, slightly darker complexion. Looks like she's probably from Spain or somewhere, where it's could be from a lot of places. But she speaks with a Spanish accent that I'm going to do my best to do. And this accent is particularly hard for me. I've worked on it for a while, and it's never been good. So apologies to anyone from Spain.
We spoil you. So Izzy gets out the truck, walks right up to who they said was, what's her name? DeNova? DeNova stands on the coffee table to be at closer eye level, reaches her hand out and says, "Nice to meet you, DeNova. I'm Izzy."
And then Mara will come up right behind, "Hi, Professor DeNova. Yes, this is our friend Izzy."
Hello?
Hi.
She makes eye contact with each of you with one eyebrow cocked.
I give her a clueless nod of approval.
She'll shake your hand.
Shake hand, and then Izzy looks back was that calm enough for you?
Yeah, we'll give thumbs up nods.
And moments later, as Mara is returning with the biggest mocha.
Let's go.
I think they make it and put it into a fishbowl.
Yes! You said no glass.
No, give me the glass bowl.
Okay.
I think that's one of the loopy straws. Yeah, Sarah said no glass because chaos can ensue.
No, I
Plastic
want
cups.
the glass. I could be good this time.
Or it's a small the bucket drinks at bars.
Yeah.
That could be the mocha too.
Sure.
Fishbowl.
No, they hand me the glass. I look at it with big eyes and wonder, sit in one of the chairs and just slurp.
You wish to talk about your investigations?
I do. My hope is that none of this steps on the toes of the work you're doing. I know that there's a great deal of discretion. I've stumbled on something. We're working on a case with Izzy, and I'm trying to understand if following those tracks means treading into your area of expertise.
Well, where has the trail led so far?
It's led to studies of the unobserved wild and its behavior, which I believe your lab has some hand in, at least studying or provoking.
Well, before Tavo left town, he certainly caused all of the plants in the lab to behave in this way. And so, yes, we have some little research, but perhaps not as much as, say, Miss Brocco might have.
Have you heard anything from Tavo?
He sends postcards. I believe right now he's in Switzerland visiting his parents.
Cool.
He said he always wanted to go there, so makes sense. I'll send him our best wishes if you're able to get something back to him.
So far, it is not clear if any of my postcards have reached him, because it seems he moves on fairly quickly from wherever he is.
Do we pick up any, frustration at us on that, or just kind of she misses her student?
You don't get any frustration towards you, no. From her perspective, you're very minor characters in the story of her life, and so for her to have attached a lot of emotional weight to you is...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect. Right where we want him.
And you think that whatever it is that this Izzy has brought you has to do with wild plants.
Yes.
Yes. And what I'm hoping to understand, I guess, is whether the nature of the wild, the insistence of nature to change and grow is related to the verdant cycle at all.
You see, as you mentioned, that her eyes sort of dart around the room to sort of check to see if anyone is close enough to overhear. So you think we have reached the same hypothesis? Camilla just did a little fist pump, viewers.
Yeah, Izzy does not know what's going on, but slurps a lot louder for the tea.
Mara is trying to contain an excited smile.
I didn't get to the hypothesis through study or inquiry the way you might have, but it is a conclusion that I confidently jumped to and am now finding myself validated in.
Well, I do not think we need to be coy with each other. So I will say my hypothesis and you will say your hypothesis, and perhaps not at the same time, because that would be difficult to understand.
I thought you were going to prompt that, and I was down for it, but also thought I wouldn't be able to hear you, so sounds good.
I have been looking into it since the party at Freddy's, when I thought that I would gain access to some resources with which to study it. It seems to be some sort of artifact of tremendous magical power. It seems to have a connection to the seasons, and my hypothesis is that it is something of spring. It is something that causes rapid growth. It is something that, because it is not where it is supposed to be, not all of the forests near Foxglove were touched by Tavo's magic.
No.
I think that whatever causes tended plants to be tamed is broken by Tavo's magic. Then those plants can be touched by the cycle.
So you think it's here in Foxglove?
And that's why it's so localized.
She looks over at Izzy, who's, I imagine, halfway through this fishbowl of mocha at this point. Ms. Brocco published a paper which said that the effect of nature's rapid growth extends out 300 miles from Foxglove. And it seems to be directly centered on Foxglove. So, if it is caused by the cycle, then the cycle must be in Foxglove.
Okay. What's the status of your research into this on Freddy's behalf? Are you trying to procure it, or are you just... Sorry, let me remember. She wanted to study this and was doing other stuff for him in exchange for the opportunity?
She wanted to study the shroud.
What was the favor? She wanted to study the shroud and was figuring out stuff about the verdant cycle in exchange. I was trying to remember which was the passion project, which one was the work project. Okay, great. Where are you at in this study with regards to Freddy? Are you trying to get the cycle to him? Does he know what you suspect?
He has assured me that this summer, once the academic year is over and I have more time to conduct research, he will put the shroud in my hands.
Aubrey's face scrunches up so weird.
And so I have been making inquiries where I can to try and perhaps ensure that I can spend all of my time on my project and less on his once he puts it into my hand.
And
Is your face? Are you okay?
I think I'll try to cover this up and be like, oh, Aubrey, coffee doesn't always agree with her tummy, so that might be what's going on. Are you okay? Well, anyway, and tomorrow I'll try and brush this off. And
The bathrooms are quite clean. You can...
yeah, maybe, I try to be like, you do your thing, girl. Like, you need to go. And I think Mara will say like, well, interesting. Then is it sort of an exchange type thing? Is Freddie hoping to have his hands on the verdant cycle?
I suspect that is what his hope is, but...
Yeah, but he doesn't have it currently.
No, nor do I.
Right. Who would?
What was your hypothesis? We were going to exchange, yes?
Mine was similar, that the way that nature's expanding is related to something with the seasons being out of joint. There are, the magical domains associated with seasons. I wasn't sure if the verdant cycle was something that traveled from court to court, or if it was something contained to the domain of one. So, in that sense, you might be a little bit ahead of me.
Court? She sort of chews on that word.
And maybe I'm a little ahead of you. I'm happy to exchange information, but I don't want what I share with you to end up straight in Freddie's ears. Because he's blackmailing me.
Izzy at that moment accidentally shatters the fishbowl.
Hopefully with less mocha in it than before.
Yeah, how much mocha ends up on her lap?
Only the whipped cream.
That's the best part, though.
Yeah, so she, in shock of the word of blackmail, also is slowly eating the whipped cream with her fingers, hoping no one's judging her, but
No
will
broken
not let it
glass.
go to waste.
My hero.
If you tell me something in confidence, I will keep it in confidence.
Well, perhaps in the act of committing to that promise, I can tell you a little bit about what I know about the courts. And I take my hand and I put it on the axe. One hand, and I reach out the other and I say, deal?
She looks you up and down for a moment and then extends her hand out to shake.
I want to try to use my axe to sort of sanctify that deal in a way that guarantees this promise in sort of both ways, but also sort of reveals to her Fey magic.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a Fey check against 2. Ooh.
That is 3 successes and 4 advantages.
Oh, that is warm. You did that?
No, it's from a Fey of the Winter Court. It was a diplomatic gift.
I see. And you can see her, like she touches her shoulder. Aubrey, you feel as if when you go to the dentist and they put the like lead apron on you, you feel that sensation spread across your entire body as the weight of this promise is borne between both of you. And you can see Denova looks down at herself as she, you expect, feels the same thing. Huh. Interesting. What a discovery to know that an entire new branch of magic is real. What a weight to carry as it settles onto me, manifesting a deal. What a discovery to discover that there's fairy courts. What a surprise, and it comes from you, of course.
In a word to describe it. Is it doubt? Is it certainty that the strings are pulling everything together? Is it hope I'm feeling? That the changing of the seasons and the plants are all of the
Finding new paths through the world I thought I knew. Finding new things to uncover. Like walking through a dark, unfamiliar wood and turning around a blind corner.
If the word is good, it will weigh on me just like it should. If the word is good enough,
If it's good enough,
and the words in constellation can uncover the sweet sensation of discovery of footsteps in a path of something that'll last longer than the words float in the air. Words in a sequence, in a constellation, are a promise that they weigh on like an enervation. And they pull from us the sense of everything connecting together. When the word is good, it'll weigh on me just like it should. If the word is good enough, if the word is good, it'll weigh on me just like it used to. My words, will they be good enough?
So perhaps this explains the unusual readings that I got yesterday. It is not very specific. I'm sorry, but yesterday afternoon, well, one of the experiments that I'm running to try and localize magical events, there was a rather substantial spike.
Where did it happen?
It seemed to happen down near the waterfront.
We're gonna say it on 3. 1, 2, 3.
The waterfront?
Craig Bite?
It was the zoo. The zoo is down by the waterfront.
Oh, it is, of course.
Oh.
So, I don't trust Freddy. I don't trust Freddy with the verdant cycle. To be honest, I don't want it to fall into his hands, and I understand that to some extent that puts us at odds. But there was someone in a circumstance like mine who had an encounter with Fey magic, and I think she's the one who brought the verdant cycle back into this world. And I think she's in peril. So if I ask for your help in pursuing that, I hope you know that it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm trying to steal the cycle from you or keep you from your bargain. If we get there, we get there. But I'm more interested in this person.
And the person is in the zoo
They trap people there,
with the pandas.
underneath the
I love
pandas.
the panda.
I see. You're not joking.
No, I'm not. Everything I say, I've been told, sounds like it could be a joke. But no. Have you worked directly with the zoo?
I have not.
Okay. Well, they're bad business, and Freddy's already working with them quite closely. So I'm surprised, given what they know and what power they have, that he wants the cycle but doesn't have it.
Which might be true. And Mara will shakily, not sure if she should say this or not, which might be true about his promise to you about the shroud. We have it on a somewhat shaky authority that he might not be as sure of his possession of that as he thinks.
I know that he does not have it now
Okay.
because he lost it at the party.
Yes. Okay. Good. Right. Of course. We all already know that. And Mara will try and just shake it off as a mistake
Yeah.
that she just forgets where we were.
I Izzy did not know that, so I share in your thoughts.
Thanks.
I kind of want to take a risk here, going off of that and not bail on it entirely, but try to cut a side deal.
What's that?
Which is that, like Mara said, we have some reason to believe there's a chance that Freddy gets the shroud. We know more about it than he does. And again, this can't go to his ears. But if he doesn't get it, then we might be able to help you learn more about it, whether through access or some other way.
Seeing it for yourself.
That would be fantastic.
Great, because personally, speaking of bad business, the zoo is just as bad as Freddy. They are both as deeply trenched in just darkness and layers of whatever it is.
I see.
Do you happen to know anyone by the name of Nix?
Well, she says she doesn't work with the zoo. That's our zoo contact.
but we don't know that.
Yeah, that's true.
Nix.
That's true.
She scrunches up her face and shakes her head.
We
No.
think they're responsible for whatever you caught. The anomalous magical reading.
Ah, I see.
Do you have any sense of the nature of it? Was it, can you tell if something's like a portal or a fireball or a promise without being there?
The level of energy could have been consistent with a portal, would have been enough. I think I would have heard if there was a giant fireball at the zoo.
Yeah. Well, again, there's a lot happening beneath the surface.
If it had been a fireball, it would have measured in kilotons.
Okay.
So
I think Mara will also take the Polaroid out of her jacket and...
Yeah, she's not going to tell any of this to Freddy.
Yeah,
so.
well, just...
Okay.
Well, of the machine.
Yeah.
Okay,
You can
and be
build some
like,
trust.
any chance you know what this is or what this does?
she'll take a look and kind of squint and take a little magnifier out of her purse and look at it more closely.
You think it's a stabilizer of some kind?
Let me roll some dice for her.
She knows what things are.
Also, like, as a table talk thing, if she's willing to, like, not...
She's smart.
Let's go.
But bad dice. Let's see. Yep. She knows. She knows.
Thanks, Queen.
Thanks, Professor.
So you have one success. Everything else cancels out on those dice. Stabilization. I can see it. If there is something that... And she points to parts of it. This here is a negative feedback loop. If too much energy builds up in one part of the circuit, it can be drained and grounded out in another part. And so if you have something external that you attached to it that had too much energy, this could stabilize, perhaps. Certainly. And she grabs a pad out of her bag, draws a sine wave, a wave that like rises and falls very evenly. This is how we want the electricity in our walls to go. And perhaps if there is a lightning strike nearby and she draws a spike on one of them that goes up too steeply and much too far, this would happen and like brings it back down and like stabilizes after a while. But there are elements in our power grid that cause it to come back to where we want it to be. And I think this is that, but for magic. Something that can pull down the spikes.
If this were involved in what you sensed yesterday, how would that change your assessment of the situation?
Perhaps it did not work.
Okay. Well, the good news, I think, is that Izzy, what you're looking for is aligned with something that Mara and I have been trying to figure out for a little while. And the bad news is that it's extremely dangerous.
Do you think that's something that Poppy would have been involved in or messing with?
Yes.
Is she in a lot of trouble?
I think she was at the meeting yesterday that the professor observed remotely.
Whoa.
Maybe a demonstration of some kind.
Well, what do we do? How do we find her?
Professor DeNova, we're about to start planning for something extremely dangerous and incriminating. If you want to learn and come with us, I guess you can, but I don't know if you want to, and if not, I don't want to pull you into this more than you already have been.
I think perhaps I will say adios and thank you for the enlightening afternoon.
Yeah.
Izzy, though, before she leaves, gets on the table, looks her right in the face and says, Divider, if you say a word or break any of your promises, just know I know how to find people. And turns away.
I think...
You have a very intense friend.
Yes.
It's honestly a relief not being the most intense person in a group.
Right.
It's never happened before, and I love it.
I think Mara might walk her out, pull her aside. It's a relief to know that, well, that you might have a bit of a starting similar sympathy towards Freddy that we do. If there's anyone you've come into contact with in your dealings with him that you think might be a bit closer in his throng, but also might be willing to have their mind changed, does that fit the description of anyone you think?
She looks thoughtful for a moment. I have only dealt with him a few times, and he has a handful of assistants, but they all seem to be very devoted.
Right. Well, we'll do all that we can to make sure that we can handle your side of your bargain with him so that you don't have to deal with him any more than you'd like to. Thank you again. She'll mean that very sincerely.
I meant what I said before. I think he is a jaguar. I think he is very dangerous. But also, if you know how a jaguar behaves, then perhaps less dangerous.
Could she be your inside person?
That's what I was thinking, but I don't know if she's...
Deep enough?
Well, okay, here, we'll
You
take we'll take a swing then. Well, would you be interested if we can promise, as we have, that you will have access to what you need with the shroud? Would there be any interest in neutralizing him as a threat and perhaps maintaining an act of your working with him with maybe an ulterior motive?
I was just going to ask, based on our understanding of what's going on with the shroud, can it be studied without dismantling the entire structure around it?
You know that it can't be removed.
I know it can't be removed, but we could like give her coordinates and be like, hey,
This is where it is. This is
study
what it's
time,
doing.
work trip.
Because what it's doing is what she wants to study, right?
What it's doing, as you all know, is providing a power source for a containment unit.
Yeah.
She said that she wanted to study it as a power, like wanted to study the nature of its power. If you talked with her further about it, what we know about this scrap of cloth, historically, we can measure it and know that it is not old enough to belong to someone who lived 2,000 years ago, that it was almost certainly the burial shroud of a crusader. But so many people believe that it is something that it is not. And so I think that it is that thing now. And it is that nature of belief impacting reality that I wish to study. So if you can promise me access to the shroud, I will help you however I can.
I think we can keep that promise.
Well, you already have my number. Do we need to magic handshake on these?
No, that's not really how I do things. We're in alignment, and I'll be in touch.
Okay.
Cool.
Wow.
Professor Spy.
That went so much better than I had feared.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Are we going straight to the zoo to break in? Or is there something smart we can do first?
Well, one, I think we should probably brief you, Izzy, on the zoo.
I figure we can do that in the car wherever we're going.
Yeah, I'm ready for action. I don't want to talk anymore. Let's find Poppy.
Zoo time.
Then we'll get in the car. I guess we don't need to talk too much about it.
What's maybe useful to share is there's an artifact that was stolen that has to do with what Poppy's studying, the way that the wild interacts with the world. And we think that that's at the zoo. We think that Poppy was being contracted by someone there named Nyx as a code name, and that she went there to test something, to learn something, to figure out some deal. And maybe the experiment worked. Maybe there was a trap, but that's where whatever happened. That's why she and her team are missing. The zoo holds people in captivity beneath it, including the previous owner of this artifact, this verdant cycle. I know she's trapped there. It's possible that Poppy is elsewhere, that some portal opened up. It's possible that she's trapped. But it seems like that meeting that she had in her calendar happened, and something big happened at it.
My only other question is, who is Fred?
Freddy.
We don't like him.
We
What
don't
sounds
like him.
We don't. Freddy von Sweeten, Friedrich von Sweeten to his enemies.
Sounds like a terrible name.
Yeah, it is. Well, he kind of operates like an energy, inspiration, artistic, creative vampire. Just all around very bad dude. Thinks he's a savvy businessman, is just kind of an a-hole.
He seems to want the verdant cycle, which is what I think drew Poppy to the zoo. And the professor who we talked to was helping research it on his behalf. It seems like he wants his hands on it. We don't want his hands on it. he has pulled a lot of strings, including on us, to try to get his hands on it.
I think that's maybe where we
That's
stop that
kinda what we know.
explanation.
I hear it. All right. Bad things happen. Poppy is missing.
Yep.
We got to get to the zoo and make it happen.
I think if you're okay, where we'll leave this kind of briefing is that there's a very large web, but we're aligned with you right now with maybe all that we're concerned about in this moment is getting Poppy and your team back.
Yeah.
Without trying to snag a domino effect on everything else that's connected in this mess. And I think when it was brought up with the owner of the everything, like Mara's face went a little bit dark. The zoo can be kind of a tough place to visit. I think you and I might be more alike than we think. So just a warning. It's a little bit, I mean, maybe all of us can kind of look through the containment units more like a mirror. So just a heads up that it can be a little bit tough to see.
Will it be dangerous?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking, sorry,
If
I was
there's
like
a
more like
little
emotional
mushroom
danger,
that's
but
slowly
also
walking
physically
through
danger.
You have to run away as
you don't
fast as you
understand.
can. Don't punch the mushroom.
Don't punch
The mushroom's like the one
We're
thing
not
to
going to
maybe
get
not
to the
punch.
mushroom. We won't get that low.
I mean, anything's possible. Izzy pulls out her baton weapon, grabs a shard of glass from the broken visual, and says, I'm ready for trouble.
It's like pulling a Jenga brick on purpose. It's like putting a banana peel in your path on purpose. It's like pulling a Jenga brick on purpose. It's like putting sticky surface down on purpose.
I'm ready for trouble. I'm ready to fight.
Ready to fight.
Got my baton and my glass shard. Everything's gonna be alright.
The last time we rushed into trouble, things ended pretty bad.
Let's not go there.
But this won't be like that time.
Nope.
I hope it's like throwing a banana peel in front of yourself.
On purpose.
On purpose. It's like running to the place where the version of you is held captive. It's like looking at someone in trouble and it is a mirror. It's like knowing that any of the things that you're going could kill you. It's like I can suddenly see my mortality clearer.
Oh, cool.
On purpose. Yeah.
Just for the fun.
Just for the fun. Just for the thrill of it. Just for the fun. Just for the fun. Just for the thrill of it. Just for the fun.
Get the blood pumping.
Get the blood pumping.
My heart starts jumping.
Get the axe swinging. Get the voice singing. Get the axe swinging. Get the voice singing.
As you drive into the zoo parking lot, the sun is starting to set and the sky is, as the clouds have broken up over the course of the day, the sky is starting to turn orange. And as you look towards the zoo, it's like the sun flies straight towards you as this glowing red orb that you mistake for the sun at first flies and lands on the hood of the truck. And you see perched there a tiny woman, maybe 6-7 inches tall, with what look like dragonfly wings, exuding this aura of red. And you can see this just look of intensity as she stands with just the most confrontational pose, her fists balled up near her hips, ready to scrap.
Mara turns on the windshield wipers.
Who is this perturbed pixie? Will she point the way to Poppy or provide more impediments? Find out next time on RPG Major.
Izzy is special guest Sarah Russell. Catch her performing music and musical theater around Seattle. To find out what she's up to, follow her on Instagram at Sarah Hachacha. Mara is Lauren Drake. Follow her on socials at La Drake. Aubrey is Camilla Franklin. Follow her on Instagram at Camillastrator. Camilla also created all the art and visual design for RPG Major. All the music for this arc was created live in the room by Noah Samuels. Find him on Instagram at Samuels_Noah. And I'm Helix. You can connect with me and the cast of our show on our Discord, or follow us on Instagram or Blue Sky at RPG Major. You can support the show at our Patreon or by leaving us a review, or best of all, you can tell a friend about us. All right, we'll see you next time.
Nice.
I felt very Bible camp.
Arms. Arms. It's the word.
I was like, shoot, how do I steer this away?
The word is good.
Sorry.
All the time.
Not the time.
All the time. The word is
good.
Not the attention. I do also want to make sure that we can answer any longer questions you have about that very long and information-filled conversation that just happened.
Yeah, I have no idea what.
Okay.
But I also feel like if you just watch Poppy, like, if there's anything that is important to know to find that answer, then yes. But if it's more just the world, I don't think Izzy cares.
I might throw up.